Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I realized I never introduced myself, but hi, my name is Cecilia, Cece or Ceci. Whatever you like to call me, as long as I would, because I will cry about it because I'm a very sensitive person. So please be nice to me. I am going to attempt, if you read the title of the video, because sometimes I forget what I'm even doing when I edit, because sometimes usually I would have like stocked videos, but I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. Also, my phone's probably gonna fall again, so fun, haha, funny laugh. That is a candle. It looks like my whole thing is gonna get on fire, but it's not. And if it does, more content for you. Hold on, where is he? There's my fat cat. Why? I don't know why he's staring at the wall. Some of the shit he does scares me. But besides all of that nonsense, I am going to be creating Rina's album cover for Lucid, and I am so excited. Rina Sawayama from the album Rina. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this look for a while. I actually wanted to do another album cover or another single cover, totally forgetting what it was, but I'm gonna kind of go in with a light brown and then go with a dark brown on top first initially, just to map everything out. But when I tell you that like the Rina print is real, also you're gonna see the thing, you're gonna see the mirror, but please don't get mad at me because I really have to make it symmetrical. And oh yeah, the artist for this look, I love her so much. She's so fun. Anna Takahashi. Yes, her work. Oh my god, follow her on Instagram right now. Like I'll have some photos of her work and stuff. Literally so freaking stunning. Like I could never. Her work. I also have another. I have like a number of like artists who. Makeup artists very specifically who I went a little bit too far in, so that's fine. Their work, it just inspires me. It makes me want to. It doesn't make me want to work in the industry because I'm scared of criticism. I know there's constructive criticism, but as someone who has a very fragile ego. I wouldn't say fragile ego, but who is sensitive and who has a lot of issues. I don't think I could take like models being mean to me or like artists like being like, you fucking suck, like get the fuck out. Also, if my eyebrows like a little bit different, I tried to do brown eyeshadow because her eyebrows look brown in the photo and they're very fluffy and filled in and kind of like softly defined. And as you can see, you can definitely tell now that my eyebrows are two different shapes, especially if I don't use black. But I tried to use a darker eyeshadow. I tried to use more specifically Huntress, which is this one right there in the Carity palette. Yeah, my palette's fucking dirty because I actually use this one, but I love this palette so much. I still feel like it's so versatile, and I don't have a discount code, but if Carity would love to work on me. But yeah, this one is really affordable, and I feel like it has a good range of palettes versus like. I love this palette. This palette has a lot of great colors, but it is very expensive, and we're more on the pastel side. Sorry, don't look at me. I had migas for breakfast, and I put some beans on there, and I had a little bean skin. Now it's kind of a cooler toned brown, which I do like, but I feel like can kind of get gray because there's in this palette there's a black, and then with the black I have some warm browns, and I have that one transition as well, and then I have this like almost gray brown, and I'm not really going to use that one, but the focus is more so on the shape, the harshness, and it's the one thing that I do love about her Anna Takahashi's work is that somehow it is so softly bold, and I feel like that's such a perfect way to define her style, especially like my laptop is right here and I'm looking at the photo and I have it like zoomed into the max because I can't fucking see without my glasses, but like the focus is like, because with the lighting and everything like that, it's such a beautiful photo as well. The focus is on just this part of her face. Even though we have a nice bold lip, the focus is still softly on the eyes and the brows, and it is just it photographs so well as well. And I'm sure there was like some retouching and stuff, but I feel like the makeup and the cover just speaks for itself, and it's so gorgeous and beautiful. And so trying to just like put that on my face, it'll be a challenge, I feel like, because I am good at bold but not softly bold, if that makes sense. So I'm better kind of at doing these like harsher shapes that are darker and more defined and aren't as blended out and refined. So I kind of have my shape. I'm going to loosely blend very, very lightly, and then I'm going to do the base for the liner, and then at the end I'm going to go in and do the what is it called? Do focus on the under eye. So I have this like dual brush that I have from an old Urban Decay palette I was gifted a while ago, and I feel like this is kind of like the perfect. I'm sure there's like smaller fluffier brushes than this, and also I like just washed my brushes because I sometimes I get paranoid about bacteria and things, because here's the thing, all bacteria is not bad bacteria. Mold and things like that exist everywhere. Like, we're just a pile of mold cells mushed together, you know? Also, I used to be obsessed. Like, I watched Giganna's video. I watched, she's friends with Desi Perkins. I don't remember her name, but maybe I'll put a picture of her. I don't really watch either of them anymore. I still watch Jackie sometimes, but like how I wash my brushes videos, immaculate. I love great A+ content. It looks like she kind of has like the wing is more focused on the outside, and we may be, oh, I hate when I crease. I literally just put like the ittiest bit of powder. She has like a little bit of black on the lash line, so I'm just going to line my upper lash line like I would normally, like as if I were doing a winged eyeliner for the day. And then I'm going to go in. I also have to make it a little bit bigger, just because I have a slightly more lid space than Rina. So it's not going to be like as soft and neat. Also, if you don't have an angled brush or like a fine liner brush, because sometimes I lose it and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet, because I feel like I want brushes like this, but I think I need maybe just a slightly thicker one. These and then angled brushes, your best friend for getting those kind of sharp eyeliner or like angular shapes for eyeliner. If you really struggle, oh, I just fucked up. If you really struggle with getting a wing in general, this is like your best friend. Because you can also use, I thought I had it, I guess I don't. I don't know where I went. I have, oh, here it is. I forgot to wash it. Of course I forgot to wash it. This like square straight brush is really good, but you see how it doesn't have an edge? You kind of have to like flatten it and work a little bit harder, but you can save time with just an angle brush. Hi, I forgot to turn you on. Forgot to turn off my volume. Don't you love when like Windows just pops up and it's like, hey, girl, I didn't fucking ask you anything. They kind of like almost connect, but we have like a clear defined of negative space. It basically just means that like we have a top line, we have a bottom line. I'm gonna do that, and then now we're going to, I'm so fucking scared. We're gonna go in with the darker brown. So I was using Unsafe, which is like the lighter warmer brown, and then I'm gonna go in with Huntress, which is the darker brown. It was really the star of the show. But I don't want to go in too harsh, so I'm just gonna kind of like follow the line so that we have that nice blended look. It's so good. So you see how I just barely put any on? You see how you can kind of see how it's defined, and then we have that nice blended base. Yes, I love when things work out. Like I was really sad when I tried to do that like yellow liner negative look, and I feel like I failed miserably. And I just took photos and I did a kind of like a fiery look with it, because in my head I was like, yeah, this can work out. And it didn't, and I was really sad because I was like, I guess I just fucking suck at makeup. And I don't think anyone really like sucks at makeup. I think we all have our own individual styles, and I think what works for you, and whether it's more simpler or more complicated, I don't really think anyone truly sucks at makeup. It's just the amount of like natural skill. Like my boss who is like also my friend, we were coworkers, and then she got a promotion to be a manager. She has a natural talent for decorating and I wouldn't say baking, but decorating and things like that. And I'm always so shook when I ask them, like, can you please fix this cake? Because usually it'll be like, we wrote something wrong on it, or it was like the name was spelled wrong and stuff, and she can just like boop, beep. Whenever I have to fix a cake, I always struggle just because it's a combination of like experience and then lack of natural skill. And granted, I can bake my ass off, but decorating is an entire difference. And I think a lot of people forget that. Because baking is definitely a skill, especially with like measuring out ingredients and things like that. 100% it is totally a skill. But just because you bake doesn't mean you can't decorate. And I know a lot of people kind of, I wouldn't say misconstrue it, but because so yeah, I don't go outside a lot, so that's why like all of my like skin tone products are all for, all of my face products are all for like when I would actually go outside. But a lot of I guess social media kind of blurs the line, but it's because these people are so talented that they have the addition of baking on top of decorating. So they have like nice yummy cakes and stuff like that. But like in commercial bakeries and things like that, we have bakers, decorators, and packagers, and people who do pastries and stuff like that. And those are all different skill sets just because we're working in such mass quantities. So when people say like, oh, like, yeah, like you bake all this stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm not a baker at all. I am just a sales clerk, which all it means is like I package and I maybe kind of decorate a little bit, but I am nowhere near the skill level of a decorator. And I don't say it to like be like negative and things like that, but when people go from like home bakers to like just trying to order stuff at a commercial bakery or just like a local bakery, the skill level and things like that is just completely different, because the person who bakes the cake is not necessarily the person who decorates, versus if you're going to like local bakers and TikTok bakers or like TikTok decorators and bakers and things like that who have their own small businesses, and that's their livelihood. They have a number of skills to accommodate because they can both bake and decorate, and they also have excellent customer service because they're responding to so many guests at a time. But I guess that's really what I was getting at, and it's not like a manager expectation thing, but it's more like not everyone has the qualified skill set to like do all three, to bake, decorate, and package, because they do all three of those. They bake, decorate, and package. Now we're gonna do the under eye, which I'm very scared about, because I very, very much struggle doing like the inner corner thing, just because my flappies are uneven. So like my inner corners, one of them is slightly higher than the other, and then my lash line gets in the way. So I think I'm just gonna go straight with the darker shadow, and I'm just gonna do this, and then maybe I'll line a little bit with black, and then we'll do mascara, and then we're done. I really try to keep things under a certain amount of time, because I know the longer the video, like some people enjoy it. But I feel like the like perfectly timed videos, which maybe are like between 8 and 10 minutes, I feel like those get more views. And it's a struggle as a content creator, I feel like, as well, because I love doing longer form content. I feel like I can add more funny edits, and I can talk about things that I like and stuff like that, versus making quicker form content that gets more views but maybe less interaction. I mean, none of my stuff really gets comments or things like that. I just noticed that like on TikTok, my shorter videos, which I mean they're all like, I try to make them all like between like 6 and 10 seconds, because I feel like, at least for me, the longer someone's alarm is going off, sorry. The longer the content, the less likely I am to watch, unless it's like something that I'm really engaging with, whether it's like a business or like exposing someone or like learning about a true crime thing or something like that, but that's just what makes me more engaged, I feel like. Because personally, as a viewer on YouTube, I do like longer form content, but it just depends on what it is. Like last week, I will watch a 5 Nights at Freddy's iceberg video all fucking day. Do 2 hours? Absolutely. But if it's like maybe like a 13-minute video from a creator I don't always follow, then I'm like, maybe. My wings aren't even, but I think it works, honestly. So I'm just blending and kind of just doing the shading underneath, because she does have it kind of like right underneath her eyes, but because I have little eye baggies and eye creases, it's kind of gonna get in there anyway, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I'm not gonna do the inner corners only because I'm scared. I'm a little scared boy, so I'm going to do a little bit more blending, add the final touches, and then we'll do mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, I added mascara, I did a little bit more defining, and then I did the very, very soft black kind of on the lash line that I think I see. Otherwise, it might just be the lash band in the photo. But I really, really loved how this turned out, even though like it's hitting right at the tail end of my brow. If I would redo the look, maybe I would just try to make the top like liner a little bit more sharp, and then maybe even out the wings a little bit more. And probably I just add the inner corners, but I'm not that brave. But I love this look, and shout out to Anna Takahashi, of course. Follow her on Instagram. Her work is amazing. Stream Sawayama, Rina, all of her albums, because all these bitches want to be her, but they can't. I was gonna use the sketch paint palette kind of to do a little bit darker, but I think I kind of achieved that soft boldness I was kind of scared of not doing, because I've never really had like pigmented shadows that kind of can do the liner effect, because most of the time they just like fade or they crease. So maybe I'll if later in the day, if it lasts that long, I will do it, because I did do my base pretty well. I have a little bit of blush, have a little bit of contour. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.